of equality, minus 6. Where did that come from? You do it on the other side, and that goes away, and you get x is equal to 2. And most of y'all can do this in your sleep, and that's not what I'm going to test you on. Well, then where do people have problems with algebra? It's when you throw the other things in with these. So how do you get rid of a negative 2? You add 2. You do it on one side, you add 12 on the other side. And you get x is equal to 14 because that goes out. Yeah, I'd get mad and leave 2. How do you get rid of multiplying by 2? And if you divide on one side, x is equal to 7. And how do you undo dividing by 3? Multiply by 3, and x is equal to 36. Question. Then where does the problem come? The problem comes when I take that problem, x plus 4 is equal to 15. I take a problem like that, and I add fractions to it. I add parentheses to it. I add x plus 4 equals 15 times x minus 2. I add another term on the other side. That's when y'all start going haywire. That's when everybody starts throwing their pencil down and quitting. Because everybody knows how to do this. This is your Mickey Mouse watch right here. And this is what you get when you add to it. So let's go over the first thing. The first thing I'm going to cover is multi-step. In other words, this is one step because you do what? You subtract on both sides. That's it. Then what's multi-step? Multi-step is when you have another step in it. All right, take a minute and work on that. It'll just take a few seconds for some of y'all. Some of y'all can remember it from pre-algebra. How do you know what to do first? Well, if you're one of these people that made it through pre-algebra and never understood what to do first, just remember, draw a little man right here. What's the goal of the little man? To get the variable what? So reach out to that variable. Can't. Why? The 4's in the way. So he can't get to that. So what does he do? Got to get rid of the positive 4. Now a lot of people say, just do PEMDAS backwards. Whatever. Yeah, you can do PEMDAS backwards. What comes first? Let's see. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Subtraction, then addition. There's no subtraction here, but there's addition, so you undo it first. I think it's a whole lot easier to just do little mean. I like PEMDAS. Okay, well you just use PEMDAS. Divide by 2. I come looking for you. I wanted you to do me a favor. I need a drink. Not that kind of a drink.
I need one for that kind.
Huh? Okay, well just forget it then. I think you'd be going the wrong place. I just thought you were going downstairs and I was going to get you to get me a drink. Alright. X is equal to 6. So that's your answer. How do you check it? Anytime you want to check it, plug it back in. So take that 6, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let y'all do it. Plug it in right there. What's 2 times 6? 12 plus 4 is, and it works out. So this is a 90%. This is one that you find X is equal to a number. All right? Say again? Oh, what time is it? What time's class over? 2 what? 10. Okay, I got 5 more minutes. Okay, thank you. All right, let's do a nerd. This one is 3 steps. This one is where I get into something that is, I get into teachers teaching stupid stuff. All right, freeze. Attendance. No sneezing, please. Let's see. February 18th. All right, Brown. Carey.
Here.
Dawson.
Here.
Dedu.
Here.
I know that's not right. Edwards.
Here.
Elliott.
Here.
Grubbs is here. Lee Croy.
Here.
Lidman.
Here.
Lidman, did you get, where'd you at?
Right here.
Did you get my email back?
Yes.
Okay. I was crying blues. Pardue is here. Queen is here. Rochester, not here. That's why those pictures come up, I guess. I don't know why they come up. Roebuck. Satterfield.
Here.
Roebuck's not here. Shaw.
Here.
Both my Smiths are here. Vernon.
Here.
Whitfield.
Here.
Williford's not here. Oh, Lord. He's in the ice somewhere. And Wright.
Here.
Now, this problem I have fun with because some teachers tell you you have to take the 4x over to the left. No, you don't. If I was to take y'all out on the farm, and I was to give y'all all a job, and your job is to go out to the barn and get a bucket of feed and feed the cows. I've got a trough over here. It's real simple. You get a bucket of feed, you put it in the trough. Not the bucket, but you pour it out into the trough, okay? There's 2 buckets in the barn. There's a 5-gallon bucket and a 15-gallon bucket. Now, if I tell each of you, if I say, go out, get a bucket of feed, and give it to the cows, which bucket is 99% of you going to pick?
The 5-gallon bucket.
Why?
It's
Smaller, and it's lighter, and it's easier to handle, and we are all what? Lazy. Okay? We're all lazy at heart. I mean, if there's any way to get out of doing something, we're going to what? Do it. Hubert didn't specify which one. What about the other one? Who's going to use a 15-gallon bucket? The same person that uses 2 times 27 would equal 54. Okay, there's always one. Okay, remember the first day of factoring, I asked you what 54, factor 54? And I said 99% of you is going to say 6 times 9 because it's your multiplication table. And I said there's one person that's going to say, oh, that's 2 times 27. Okay, well that 2 times 27 person is going to be the one that picks the 15-gallon bucket.
You fucking crack me.
All right? So, all of us are lazy. All of us are going to pick the what? Smaller bucket. Which one's the smaller bucket? The 2x or the 4x? So you're going to move the smaller bucket. My teacher said you're always supposed to put the x on the left. Go to some of y'all that do the park thing, take the kids to the park. I don't do that. I never did. There's this thing there called a seesaw. Yeah. I don't know what a seesaw is, Mr. McClure. We call it a teeter-totter. You go up to Salem, and you got another teeter-totter.
No, we call it a seesaw.
No, I'm just kidding. This one's in Ivor. I'm sorry, South Ivor. And this one is in Salem. Now in South Ivor, you got 2 kids. One's named Jody, one's named Susie. In Ivor, Jody sits on the left-hand side, and Susie sits on the right-hand side. You go up to Salem, Jody has to sit on the left-hand side, right?
No.
Why? Why not?
Salem
You were
always
taught
backwards.
that 4x has to go on the left-hand side. So when you go to another seesaw, Jody can't sit on the right-hand side. How much sense does that make? Huh? It will give Jody a complex. He'll grow up and live in a ditch because he couldn't sit on the right-hand side. Why is that stupid? Because you can move on the equal sign, you can move either or. Now, why do I tell you to move the smallest number? Why do I tell you to move the smallest bucket? Why? What is the most important goal? To get the variable what? By itself and positive. Because if you get it by itself and positive, you don't have to remember 2 other rules later on that you're going to forget on a timed test. So, it's either you learn 1 rule or learn 3 rules. Which one do you want to remember?
1.
I want to do 1. And that's what I'm going to do. That means if you have problems with yours and you get yours wrong, you see me after class because I'm not going to do it. Because I'm not going to confuse people that are learning how to do it the correct way. So, I'm going to take this small bucket and I'm going to move it over here because I'm lazy. Why do we not move the 4? Because we don't care about the 4. All we care about is the what? The variable. The 4 is like a tail on a kite. We're moving the kite. The tail does what? It follows. You don't worry about the numbers. So, -4 is equal to, let's say this is River Jordan. Cross over the river, Nile. Cross over the Nile River, you're crossing over into another world, aren't you? And that is, the opposite of this is that. Now, that's one way you can remember, or another way is take, theory of equality. If you want to get rid of a positive 2x, what do? You subtract 2x. So we get -4 is equal to 2x plus 7. Now we've got our variable by itself, except we've got a 2 in front of it. Now we got the little man, 7's in the way, so get the 7 out of there. And you get -11 is equal to 2x. Now what? And x is equal to -11 halves. Now, before I let y'all go, There's three people in here. One invented how to do algebra. Okay, they did it, and they got 11 is equal to negative 2x, and they just divided by that negative 2, and they got the right answer. Well, that's fine and dandy. But when we're working with inequalities, if you divide through by negative, you have to remember another rule, which means what? You have to flip the inequality. You're going to be on a time test. What errors are you going to make on a time test? Simple. Is remembering to flip the inequality and remembering to divide through by negative, is that simple? That's what you're going to forget. So, just the two people, the people that are remembering and the people that don't know how to do it, you might want to move the smallest button. Okay? Y'all get out of here. Somebody hit my button, please. Man, I was hear that one.